Hey, what's up, Tackle Warehouse fans? Jake here. In this week's episode of What's New at TW, we are getting into the middle of June, and fishing should be pretty good wherever you're at. The wakeboarders are in full effect, so you really need to take advantage of those mornings and evenings. So a couple things from Daiwa that just came into stock. These were classic release reels that we just got them into the warehouse, so you can now buy them if you'd like to. So some of these Daiwa reels, we went into great detail with some of the reps from Daiwa, Mark Mills, and the reel designer Takeshi, and really went into the ins and outs of these new reels. But just to give you a quick overview, the new Tatula 150 is now in stock. So this Tatula 150 has actually got their SV LC spool, which is their long cast concept spool. So it's just made to reduce the friction on the cast towards the end of the cast, just to get you that extra distance. If you're really looking for a reel just to get, just make bomber casts, especially with something with like a deep crankbait or, a hollow body swim bait on a jig head this time of the year, this is a great option for you. It's got a big handle on it, so it's got a 100mm handle, bigger knobs, so tons of power with this reel. And this is a Tatula 150, and one thing we kind of picked up from the guys over at Daiwa is, not every reel company does their sizing the same. Specifically, like this Tatula 150 holds slightly more line than, like one of the other more popular reels on the market, like a Corrado 200. This actually holds just a touch more line than that. So it's super confusing with all the brands out there. No one does their sizing, the same across the board between brands. So, across brands. So just to give you kind of a reference of how much line you're gonna hold on this reel. So holds a ton of line, so if you wanna, 15, 20 pound test, great option for that. Or for a lot of braid, make a really long cast with a frog, great option for that. Make long casts, got a big handle, tons of power, really cool reel there from Daiwa, the new Tatula 150. Now the next one, another interesting reel. This is actually the Kag SV TWW, and this is technically a 150 size reel as well, but this has basically a 150 size spool packed into a 100 size frame. So it is small, compact, super comfortable, and we have that Kag series of rods. This matches up perfectly with that. It's got the cork knobs. They're actually rubberized on the outside, so they're not gonna fall apart. Super comfortable, but they look really cool, and they're gonna match up with that series of rods phenomenally. What's great about this reel right here is that you're getting a small compact reel with a 150 size spool, but it's actually got corrosion resistant bearings in it. So it's made to be fished in freshwater or inshore. Light inshore applications if you're down in the Gulf, or if you're down in Southern California doing like calico, spotted bay bass, stuff like that. This would be a great option for that. Just a really cool reel that you can use in fresh and salt water, and it's gonna match up perfectly with those Kag series of rods. A couple new products from OSP that we just got into Tackle Warehouse. So the first one, these aren't new baits, just new to us. So the HPF Spec 2 flat-sided crankbait. This is a really cool flat-sided crankbait. If you don't use a lot of flat-sided crankbaits, we highly suggest adding these to your arsenal. Most people are thinking of your flat-sided crankbait as a cold water crankbait, which is where they generally produce the best over the course of the year. But we have found that, the flat-sided crankbait really plays a role in heavily pressured fisheries. So if your lake is like ours, if your lakes are like ours and they just get pounded every day of the week, there's always getting pressure, a flat-sided crankbait will actually help you get a few more bites than most of your other crankbaits. This flat-sided bait, it's got that honeycomb body on the inside, and it's also got a fixed weight system, but that's gonna give you more durability and a little bit easier to cast in, like your old school balsa style crankbaits that are super popular. And it's got the circuit board bill. It's got a really tight shimmying action, just a great crankbait to get bites, and they've got some phenomenal colors and some sticky sharp hooks, just an awesome little crankbait from OSP. But don't be afraid to use it, clear water situations, heavily pressured situations, outside of the cold water, traditional cold water scenario. The next one, there's another dice on the market. So this OSP's got a new Mag Dice. This is a 14mm size. Man, this whole category of baits has been blowing up recently. Just been seeing more and more and more of these hit the market, and a lot more people using them and catching a lot of fish with them. Again, another thing for those pressured fisheries. Now a little bit bigger offering from OSP. And I can tell you there's gonna be more of these dice coming in the near future with iCast coming up. The next one from Basstrix is the new Hover Tricks. I know they've made a bait similar to this in the past, and now this bait is kind of back. It was made for the core tackle guys, and so this bait was made to match up perfectly with that core tackle hover rig that little hook system, that nail weight hook, jig head, whatever you kind of call it, fits perfectly inside there, and you get some just insane action with this bait. So it looks great on a straight retrieve if you're twitching it, but then you can kill it and it glides and darts all over the place. Really cool looking bait. But the other things you can do with it, which I believe is what I used to do with one of the old Basstrix, is throw these on a scrounger head, and they roll back and forth, get some great action. You can throw them on any of those rolling style jig heads. Just a great minnow profile with that hollow body design that Basstrix is super popular for. And then it's got that flat tail, so it's not gonna kick crazy like a hollow body swim bait. Just a great shape, size to mimic any of the forage that your bass are chasing right now. Last up, we got a ton of stuff from Nako. So, whole new company to Tackle Warehouse, and we've brought in, I believe, 20 or 30 different products. And we just wanted to highlight a few. One is this little hook organizer. Pretty sweet little design. It's got all these little bags in there, and you can just kind of fill it with your different packs of hooks. Just a great way to keep them organized and kind of in one place instead of scattered throughout your tackle box. You know, with a new company that makes a lot of hooks and weights, we got tons of stuff. You know, they got really nice flipping hooks, all the weights, you know, flipping hooks, worm hooks, flipping weights, drop shot weights, I believe Carolina rig weights, all the different weights. A few things that we wanted to highlight though is one thing that I saw was this little skirted flipping weight. Now they make this down to an 1/8 ounce all the way up to a 3/4, and it's got a hand-tied skirt on it. So it's kind of like, this one's a 3/8, it's kind of like a little mini finesse punching setup, but we were pretty fired up in our office about it just to have a small, compact little skirted weight. Kind of, you know, flipping brush and, you know, flipping spotted bass, stuff like that, which is gonna be really fun, just having a small compact offering and not a, you know, not full 1.5 ounce skirted weight. Really cool little weight there from Nako. They've got Jica Rigs, which is also great this time of the year. So if you're flipping those outside grass edges, this is a great technique to throw in there. Comes in and out super clean, easy to get in and out. You can put any kind of trailer that you want on there. Sticky, sharp hook with that gray coating on it, and it has like a triangular shape, super sharp point on it. And then if you're looking for hooks for your minnow rig, they have hover strolling hooks as well. But on theirs, they actually have 3 different little fluorocarbon keepers kind of tied onto the shank there. Really hold those plastics in place if you're looking for a hover strolling hook. That's going to wrap up today's episode of What's New at Tackle Warehouse. For more information or to purchase any of the products seen here today, click shop or the link in the description below. If you enjoyed this week's video, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel. Let us know in the comments which one of these products you're most pumped about.